October 22nd, 2025 Planning Board meeting to order. First thing on the agenda is approval of minutes. We have three non-public minutes to approve from August 27th, September 10th, and October 8th concerning 91A:3L as specified in the, prior public meeting. Does anybody have anything to say about them?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. I'll sign these, Errol, and then give you these to sign, because your name's on it as well.
Yep. Questions, where do we put them?
I'll put them in the land use office tonight and let Karen know.
Yeah.
Good. We don't have a manifest, but we do have a services contract between Southern New Hampshire Planning Commission and the town of Deerfield. I think all of you guys have a copy. This is just a continuation for the 25 to 26, correct?
No, this is for impact fees.
Okay, for impact fees. Okay.
This is what we've discussed at a couple prior meetings.
Yeah.
So it's public safety roads, recreation, municipal offices, and
Solid waste.
solid waste. And schools and library will be separate contracts outside of the.
All right. Yeah, so it's for the impact fees study. Anybody have any comments about it?
Nope.
So I need a motion to sign it.
Make a motion to allow the chairman to sign.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Do you anticipate that the library and school contracts will be signed soon?
Yes, I spoke with Ann today, and I believe there's a meeting on next month
Right.
at their next trustees meeting. And so I'll have a contract to
Sign
them
that, it needs a witness.
for that. I told her this week. And then the school, I don't remember the date off the top of my head, but that will also be soon.
Okay, great. So the Southern New Hampshire will have plenty of time to get done the work they need to get done.
Yeah.
For the anticipated February rollout.
Yep.
Terrific. Thank you.
Next thing on the agenda is correspondence. I don't have any. We'll move past the unfinished business and new business unless you guys have something you want to bring up immediately. Okay, so what we're going to have is a public hearing for a minor subdivision for Rebecca Milbury, trustee of the Ridgewood Family Revocable Trust of 40 Highwoods Road, Deerfield, New Hampshire, map 414, lot 29-1. In accordance with state statutes, you are hereby notified by the Deerfield Planning Board will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the George B. White Building for an application for a minor subdivision for Rebecca Milbury, trustee of the Ridgewood Family Revocable Trust of 40 Highwoods Road, Deerfield, New Hampshire, map 414, lot 29-1. The intent of the application is to create a new 14.668 acre parcel encompassing the existing house and improvements thereon out of an existing 113 plus or minus acre parcel, map 414, lot 29-1, would result in 14.668 acres in map 414, lot 29-2 would result in 98 acres. You are invited to attend and offer your comments. If you are unable to be present, the board will accept your comments in writing prior to the hearing and read them aloud. Everybody taking a look at it yet? Okay, so we can make a decision to accept the application. one thing. Do you need 2 copies?
No, just one is fine, but
Okay.
I think I need a witness signature.
Well,
so-
I had Dawn's.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I did review this plan, and I think the application is complete enough, for the planning board to accept it. That would be my recommendation.
Make a
So
motion
moved.
to accept the plan as presented.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who's explaining the plan?
Is there a place you'd
Yeah,
like to
just,
have?
if you want to bring that up, you also have it up on screen too, right?
Very good.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Does everybody have a copy of the plan?
yeah.
We don't, with the neighbors. But we have a copy, so we can see.
Yep, I'll give you one right now.
I got one right here.
Oh, okay.
You want a larger one so you can see?
Yes, please, thank you.
Take it away.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, my name is Chris Dane. I'm a licensed land surveyor in the state of New Hampshire. And I'm here tonight representing Rebecca Milbury of 40 Highwoods Road here in Deerfield. And as the chairman stated, she would like to cut out the 14.66 acres out of her 113-acre parcel. The 14.668 acres encompasses the existing house and improvements thereon. And she's doing this to eventually, or at least give her the option of selling the remaining 98 acres. That's really the gist of the plan. There's nothing strange about it. We meet all of the town of Deerfield's regulations in terms of setbacks. The only thing we would ask, and I believe I did submit the waiver.
You did, yep.
Okay, yes. I submitted the waiver to ask if we could be excluded from having to survey the remaining 98 acres. Because as you can see, there's a line that says limit of instrument survey. So that's where we've actually utilized the surveying equipment and done a survey to the standards of the state of New Hampshire. And we would like to be excluded from doing it over the 98 acres only because it puts an unnecessary hardship on Mrs. Milbury due to the cost involved. And in this particular instance, I don't think it doesn't hurt anybody because the remaining 98 acres is surrounded either by stone wall, existing plans of record, or both.
I have no problem with it.
As long as all the meets and bounds are there and existing.
Yes. Yep.
I wouldn't have a problem waiving relative to this application.
So I'll need a motion.
I'll make a motion to waive.
Second.
All those in favor of granting the waiver? Section 1-8 waiver provision, okay? And that would, applies to the 98 acres that would be left over from the subdivision
As to this application only.
after this application, yeah. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Yes, if there were any further use of the 98 acres, it would have to be surveyed.
well, if they're gonna, they'll have to, if they were gonna do a subdivision or something, they're gonna have to come back in anyway, so, yeah. So there'll be an access for utility easement at the end of the road, as it is right now? That's what this says, proposed access and utility easement? Is that for the utility to get down to the back of the property? It's right in the middle by the house.
Yes,
Okay.
yep. Yes, it's also for, it's for not only utilities, but just for traffic
Yeah.
in general, just anyone who wants to go back and access
Okay.
that 98 acres.
Okay.
And you've granted easements already to the utility companies? We're gonna do so as they come.
That would be done as they come.
Okay.
Yes. As they come and as needed.
I have a question. Nowhere on this map does it show the power lines going through with, that go through on the property?
Oh, you don't
That's,
have all.
I have one copy here
Here,
also.
give her this set right, we have another set, we can give her.
On the second page. Upper right hand side.
It's in this one here.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm just staring at his.
Okay.
Makes so much noise opening these up.
So I didn't mind giving the other one away. This has everything on it anyways.
You guys have questions?
Not at this time. I don't.
So there's a second access, I guess, around the, around the eastern portion of the lot. What's the logic of that?
Well, that was an existing road, which we created the new lot, leaving that so that it can be open, again, access to whomever would like to go down, because there are, not that we've located them, but on the rest of the 98 acres, there are trails throughout that parcel. And I know Mrs. Milbury and her children go back there and utilize it. And I think we were leaving that open for anybody. You know, there was no reason, no logical reason to close it off. We wanted to leave it open to people to access.
So in theory, anybody can come in and use either route to get to the back.
They can, yes, they can. The route, the northerly route, if anybody was going to do anything with the 98 acres, that would be the route, the main route I think they would take to improve, whereas the Woods Road is going to just remain the Woods Road because it has a pretty substantial, well, it has a pretty substantial wetland crossing, which is already existing.
Right.
But nobody, it wouldn't be worth it, I think, to make improvements to that, to go through the permitting process and all that.
So where you have the stone wall and you have L11, L12, L11, L12, and L13,
Yes,
you got iron rod set. Is the road part of the lot or not part of the lot? It's not part of the lot, right?
Woods Road is not part of the new lot.
Okay.
correct?
Okay, so where you have the dimension of 1636 by L11, is that where it ties back into that road right away? So if you follow the road in.
That is the math, that's the math that's on the curve,
Right.
yeah, of the, yes.
So where that stone wall ties into the right of way,
It does,
that's the property corner, correct?
yes.
Okay. So are you gonna put a pin or is there a drill hole there?
We can, again, it can be a pin or a drill hole, depending on how just depending on what size. If we find a stable rock, usually base stone is good to put a drill hole in. Or we can
Well,
try to
you might wanna go with a pin there
we can try to put a pin in.
somehow or something.
Yep.
Only because if this were to get sold and they had to do work there, the drill hole might have to be moved.
Okay. we will do that.
Both sides? One side.
Well, so as the way the right-of-way is, that's just going to be, that's going to be independent from both lots, correct?
Yes, the Highwoods Road right of way
Okay.
is its
So-
own, is,
It's its own road.
it's its own
So-
entity.
Where that stone wall is, and then you're gonna, it follows back to the west, to the corner there, where you have the easement. That's gonna be the property, correct? So you'll have, you've got L15 goes to the corner, then heads north to just about where L11 is. That's gonna be the 14.668 acres, correct?
Yes, you're going from, let's say, let's start at the intersection of L11 and the and the Highwoods Road
Right.
right of way.
Yeah, so,
You go the 205.48 feet.
Yeah.
Yep, and then you go up
to
the
L15.
20, you go up to 25 feet, and then right,
L15.
yep, L15.
So is there a pin on that 90-degree corner? Or there won't be?
We haven't set one, we could set one there to mark the right of way,
Probably should.
okay? So noted.
Then there won't be any confusion. So, yeah, whatever you can get at your radius point there where the stone wall ties in, and then a point there. That way it's just, the wall itself is the property line.
Yep.
And then that way, anybody, in the future would know that that's where it is.
Yep.
Did you have it on the other side where the radiuses are?
Yes. Yep.
So that entire hatched area is still public access?
That's an easement.
The hatched area is an easement
It's an easement that would give the public access
for the road, right?
to the balance of the roadway.
Correct.
Yeah, and then like anybody using the easement will know where it is. Other than that, that's the only thing that I picked up on.
And the northern edge of that easement area has the correct setback to the, I'm assuming this is a structure to the south of the house,
The shed, right, all the structures are outside of
37.5 feet.
yep, the building setback.
Owen?
No, I'm good.
Jared,
Good.
conditional approval?
I have one question.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you intend to amend the covenants that are recorded at the Registry of Deeds? Is there a need to add this new lot to it? Because I think it says lot 29(1). I just wonder if you may want to add 29(2) for maintenance.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yes.
No.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have thought about that, but
No, we can certainly do that.
that could be, I don't know if that needs to be a condition of approval for this, but just thinking like down the line, if this owner were to sell, and then how that maintenance would work out with this other lot.
I don't know. What are the, I'm not familiar with the covenants.
It says, the real estate subject to these covenants is shown as lots 29 and 29(1), now known as the lots. And then it goes on to say, the road providing access to the lots are shown on the plan. to be a private road. And then it has some covenants and restrictions about maintenance and things like that, so.
So the plan actually has 29.2 on it. So did you contemplate that the 29.2 would be covered by those same covenants?
Well, and I think that's what, I'm sorry, what you.
Cameron.
Cam.
Cam.
Yeah.
Cam.
That's okay.
So I think that's what Cam is saying, that we should add 29.2 to those covenants, which I'm sure we can do.
It's more or less a protection of.
Right, yeah. That's for a future owner, yeah.
Excuse me, do you guys not know the land of the person who this is being done for? Just kind of.
Okay, what I need you to do is to go over there and state your name and all that, okay?
Just so we can hear you.
Just so everybody can.
Okay, I'm Janet Warren, my land abuts that land.
Okay.
Do you come into this not knowing who this is for, what this is for?
So enlighten us.
She and her fiance bought the land together.
Yeah,
Fiance was killed
okay,
in a motorcycle accident. She wants to separate the land so that she can sell that 98 acres to still be able to afford living there.
okay.
We're just concerned that a huge development will go in there, but there is wetlands. Won't that
So-
prevent?
So what
That from coming in?
happens right now is they're presenting this plan to us, okay? And we have to make all our judgments based on what's here.
Okay.
So if she were to sell this land to somebody
Should
and they
always-
want to put a big development in there, nothing's happening until they come here. Everything has to come back through the planning board. They'd have to go through a whole subdivision approval, engineering, review, and lots of things. So it's not something where she can just sell the land and some guy can go in and start building.
Okay,
That can't happen.
okay,
Okay, so you would be able to come to a meeting and voice your concerns and review the plan that has been presented by somebody else. At that point, that's in the abstract, because right now, all we're dealing with is what is right here.
And all we,
just separating the land.
yeah,
Yeah.
all we
Concerned,
can
okay.
deal with is what's
Is
right
what's here.
We
Okay.
can't, we
Okay,
can't deal with
we
the
can't
98 acres.
On anything else.
Okay,
This is all we can make a judgment on.
okay,
So in the future, if she needs to sell the land and she wants to sell it to somebody, whoever buys the land has to go through all of the legwork in order to get a subdivision in there, okay? So they have to meet all the criteria of a subdivision plan that the town, and we have all the rules and regulations would have to comply with, okay?
Okay.
So they can't just go get a building permit and start building the road and go in there and build a bunch of houses,
okay, good.
okay? Okay,
Thank you.
no, that's fine, no, that's,
It's like that
That's
was.
why you're
that was-
here.
That was, like, we knew the original owners and talked to them about it, and she kind of gave us ideas of who would like to buy the land, and none of them were big developers, but who knows
Well-
what this girl's gonna do.
yeah.
Is there a lot of wet in the 98 acres?
There is.
So that would,
That- That's a whole different set of circumstances.
That would limit, that would put us,
What the 98 acres have been used for with the original owners was dirt bike racing,
Yeah.
which, hey, it's there. They're not disturbing anything there.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so nothing can happen on the 98 acres without extensive engineering and review and whoever were to buy it, if there's extensive wetlands in there, is going to spend an awful lot of money to try to build something,
Okay,
okay? So they can't, like I said, nobody can just go in there and build,
okay,
okay? I mean, if they wanted to build one house on it, they could do that they could go get a building permit for one house, and that would be the only thing.
okay,
So, but anything else, they would have to go through a lot of, engineering and surveying, all kinds of stuff.
okay.
All right?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
and if you want to spend time looking at what some of those restrictions are, I think the zoning ordinances are all on the website.
Yeah.
Town website. So
Okay.
you can, thumb through it and figure out what obstacles they would face, anybody would face in thinking about developing that.
Okay,
So, It can also help you fall asleep.
I mean, we left Londonderry because it got too overbuilt, and it's like, oh, Deerfield's gonna go the same way. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any concerns? Go ahead. You want to go back up? Yep. So we would want to get those pins set. And then we want to just, that way at least, you know, like on that corner where the easement is, then, you know, it's got demarcation, so people would say, okay, you know, this is where the easement is. You've got that other monument you're gonna set out, just, you know, where it says L14, so you've got, what, one to set there?
At the,
Yeah, well, you've got a, yeah, well,
we're gonna set one at the intersection of the
you've
wall.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to put in?
Oh, I see. All along, yes.
Yeah.
All along the right of way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you gotta get all those set.
And the two extra we talked about.
Right. So we could give him a conditional approval based on those monuments to be set, and then after they're set and we get a certified plan saying that they're set, then we could move forward with a, you know,
And also conditional on the deed being 29-2.
on 20, yeah.
2019, yeah.
So all those things to be adjusted and taken care of, and, you know, a certification of monumentation.
And could you add a note on the plan for the waiver that was approved?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yep.
great.
All right, so need somebody to make a motion
Well,
for,
how much time do you need to meet these conditions for the,
60 days?
Oh, that's plenty. Yep.
okay. And if you need more, you can come in and request an extension.
Yeah, no, that should be plenty.
So then I would move that we conditionally approve for 60 days, a 60-day approval for this proposal with monumentation certification, the waiver on the plan, and the deed amendment. Anything else?
I think that's it for now.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. See you with some plans.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Clock is ticking.
Don't worry about being out there in the cold setting all those trees. That's gonna freeze.
I'd worry,
You can keep them. Yeah, you can keep those.
I'd worry about.
Sure.
Anybody else?
Gary
He can
being
give
the
you my
inspector.
stuff.
Oh, you can take these.
He's the guy who held up.
You want these?
No, I'm good.
And if you're on road trip,
I've got this one here. I can read both out of one.
Not all that long ago.
Okay.
Okay, that was it for our public hearings. So, we're gonna talk about the CIP,
Yep.
and we're gonna tonight focus on the library. because we
Oh, no.
guessed-
No, we don't like books.
Guest tonight.
Except for bonfires, right?
Yes. Du Stunden.
Boring night, huh?
This is exciting.
He runs on TV anyway.
Sooner or later, will be reruns on TV.
Absolutely. That's in this basket.
All right. The lovely Aunt Dealey is here
And
to guide us.
Myers.
Meyer, I'm sorry.
It's all right, she's nice too.
Blonde, gray hair. It's going down bad. losing it.
Who needs a, cheat sheet?
That would be me.
You guys don't happen to have the, sheets I asked you to not throw away, do you?
Oh, we didn't throw them away.
Don't throw them away, no, and they're not in the kindling pile either.
2 seconds, I can go out and get them out of my back
You
seat.
mean these, right? Or it's a miracle I have 'em.
Look at this.
Thanks very much, Cam.
So the first project, I guess before we get going, do you want to see if there's any other like, public comments or anything before we talk CIP?
Is there any, do you have any?
I'm here for Ann, I'm the president of the Friends of the Library.
Thank you for coming.
Okay.
Okay, so you have in front of you the first project that we will talk about, which is the phased library expansion. This is the library's #1 priority for inclusion in the CIP. And Anna, I'll let you, do you want to speak to it and then we can ask questions?
I guess the first thing I want to acknowledge is this is not an easily accomplished project. This is a very long-term, larger scale project. The trustees have spent time talking about this, and we understand that in our default budget, we have many steps to lay out clearly before the taxpayer and potential, private fundraising capacity in order to build the capacity for this project. We have completed a historic building assessment. We have applied for LCHIP grant funds, which we will hear about on November 11th. Regarding preservation issues in the building that we have prioritized. There's an LCHIP scope of work that we're working on. I'd be happy to answer questions about that. But the phased library expansion is, a bigger long-term project that we want you to be aware of as we work towards realizing that long-term goal. I've written about the narrative justification, forgive the small print, those PDFs, when you put in all the words you want to put in. But the first phase is obviously an issue you've heard about before, which is a life safety issue with the egress in the back corner of the Deerfield room. That is something we've already obtained grant funds to work to get there. But that's phase 1, the egress and the accessibility and being able to use that quarter of our building to its highest, best use. Phase 2 is, ground floor meeting rooms. As from the other projects that I've listed, you can tell we're working on the lights with New Hampshire Saves and Eversource to try to get the lighting improved in the downstairs of the basement. That's another project we're currently working on. We are working on an HVAC redesign, though both of our systems are 16 years old. I've been unable to get any kind of drawings or kind of, information on how that system came to be. We're having a professional firm who is in town, a commercial outfit, do some of that design work and that evaluation project based on an energy audit that was done through New Hampshire Saves as well. So we've got a lot of things to focus on for our facilities. That the HVAC, we're pursuing a path where that will be done at cost, which is a benefit to the town and a professional outfit through a library supporter. So phase one, egress accessibility. Phase two, ground floor meeting rooms. Phase three, upstairs reading room. And then phase four is the office entry and hallway and kind of reconfiguring that. So what questions do you have for me at this point?
So based on the phasing, the egress and accessibility is the first thing you want to
Yes, that's
right
correct.
away.
Yep.
So basically, have you guys kind of put a number to that yourself?
Well, the number that we've included in this plan is based on the historic building assessment.
Yeah.
And the architect who completed that,
Yeah.
historic building design, Beth Miller, North Country Architect.
Yeah,
I have heard from people that, in terms of, and we've included planning for this.
Yeah.
In our LCHIP grant request. So we're hoping some of that, detail level planning is going to be covered by grant funds.
Yeah.
But that number is only based on the historic
No, I
building
know.
assessment.
It
Yes.
changes all the
Yeah.
time. And it is kind of based on what I'm reading here, it's kind of an emergency issue. Public safety.
Yes,
getting in and
it
out.
used to be known as the town meeting room. It had a board table there and people have met there for a long time. But from what I understand from fire safety code, we can't have people using that room. There's no way to get out. Our building only has two egresses.
Yeah.
The front door and the back door. We're also working on fixing the back door and adding a handicapped accessibility to that back door to make that more of a clear entrance from the parking lot.
You're talking the door closest to the fire station?
Yes. Yeah. We have some quotes with the Building Stewardship Committee with grant funds to focus on that accessibility and replace it with a commercial door and improve the grade for chair access. The lift is used often.
From the basement door.
Yes.
The lifted, yeah.
Yes, yeah, for accessibility in the building.
So I noticed that you're looking at the parking lot.
Yes.
They want to expand, so would they expand behind the fire station towards the gazebo? Is that what they're thinking?
Well, it was pointed out in the historic building assessment that we don't have adequate parking for the
Right.
building as it now stands. So that is a shared
Yeah.
parking lot space, and I would ask that that be assessed with the fire department and the library hand in hand. Because we all have cars, and patrons do too, so. Sometimes you're parking down at the town hall, so you're trying to leave access for the people who need it.
If we can't be like the state legislators and just have a new parking garage take over the Justice Department building.
It looks beautiful. It's going up
But,
fast.
yeah, sometimes. The entire $1 million plan, is that all within the existing footprint of the Soldiers Memorial?
No, that is not. That involves a modest expansion off the back. So, that needs to be carefully assessed as there are, sightlines and wetlands and, we need to make sure that's part of the site planning that was put into the LCHIP request.
But that footprint issue is not in either, any of these four proposals, or is it, am I missing it?
I'm not sure I understand.
So what he's asking is, so if you wanted to expand from the back where the culvert that I cleaned out a year or so ago was completely full of garbage again, if you were to expand towards that, that's like, you got wetlands back there.
Yes,
So-
and it would not be
No, I know
going
that,
very far.
but
Yes.
The issue is, are you, like, you got like a square footage in mind?
It is in the historic building assessment. There are drawings that have
Yeah.
been done to show the different possibilities for that space.
But we don't have
Yes.
that footprint here. in these four?
No, I'm sorry, that
proposals?
was submitted as supplementary documents, you know, and links there. But I do have a copy
you
with
do,
me
okay.
tonight.
Okay.
Yes.
So in considering this, we should probably look at that as well.
Yeah, I believe it is in the Google Drive, but I didn't print it
Yep.
out. It
I
was pretty.
I have a physical copy here.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Because there are several options. But they're small, you know, it is not, it would not double the size of the building. It would, you know, and the idea is to restore meeting room space to the building for civic, educational, and cultural purposes. Yeah.
And none of this work is going to change the aspect of the front of the building, the allure of the historic site?
No. Yep. Although in the L-chip application, there are some things that we wish to shore up and, you know, make more sound for the future. Yeah. With the historical preservation intact.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, the engineer, Stephen Keach, is going to be coming out and doing a site visit this next week. And the HVAC visit is tomorrow. And we're just trying to make sure we have all these things planned well.
Now, that building was donated to the town by somebody, wasn't it?
It was it was opened in 1914. And yes, it involved community donation. Yeah.
That's one of the important reasons to leave it the way it is. So you don't change
No,
the allure of
absolutely.
the building.
It has really good bones. It's a beautiful building to work in.
So I know I had your electrician jump through hoops when he put the power out behind the building,
Yes,
because I didn't want him to change anything the way that was set up.
right. And yeah, where our electrical panel and where the, you know, the other utilities down there just need to be moved. And the reason we started kind of thinking about the HVAC is because if we could shift the oil tank or change that, you know, it would give us more access on that corner of the building. It's structurally important.
And so the first priority is the egress door.
Yes.
Okay, and that's not $1 million, is it?
No.
Just checking. So, do you have any estimates on what that particular portion of the overall $1 million is?
Rough estimates, but it's finding a contractor and making sure the engineering is sound, and a preservation literate contractor. That is another reason we approached L-CHIP and, you know, the New Hampshire Preservation Alliance. We have some good community advocates who are trying to lead us in that direction. You know, I've reached out to people, but, you know, in terms of planning out for L-CHIP, we're waiting for that November 11th announcement, so we know exactly which direction to go in. Our estimates for the back door, 35,000, 50,000, you know, so we,
That's opening it up, moving the tank, putting the lintel on top, doing all that kind of stuff.
yes, yeah. There's a lot of brick to be removed, and she's wrote it out very carefully in the historic building assessment to tell us exactly, you know, what needs to happen, but without a building stewardship committee, I that's not in my wheelhouse, so
Right.
I defer to the trustees and the volunteers at hand.
And as a first priority, what's your, so the project timeframe, you have 1 to 2 years, 3 to 5 years. What portion of that does the egress? Do you hope to have that done in 2026?
We hope to have that done next spring, yes.
Next spring.
Because there are grant funds that need to be spent by the end of June. So it's just making sure it all dovetails well. We,
So if
Yep.
everything goes wonderfully, then LCHIP, you get the LCHIP grant, so you get 50/50, and is it 50?
Yes.
LCHIP's 50/50.
yep,
And
or
so-
51-49.
Who's 51 and who's 49?
We tried to, it has to be at least 50.
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah. We're hopeful,
So
unsure.
if you get that, and you've got 30,000 from the grant,
Yes,
you have to spend all, you have to spend all of that grant before the end of next spring?
yes, yep. And we use those private grant funds as match funds for the LCHIP application.
Clearly, yeah, clearly.
So it was 15,000, 10,000 from the trustees, and 5,000 was voted from the Maintenance and Repair Trust, which was started last year.
So all your plans are set to go. And the reason I asked that question is so that if you have to use that money by June,
Yep,
so the plans are all set, are they subject to change, like minor changes or major changes? The only reason I ask that question is because if you have to start changing things, you lose time, which will run you out into June very quickly.
can you say that again, Pete?
So.
No,
you're-
to
if you're-
emphasize that for,
You're trying to get it done by June.
yes,
And
the
reason I
egress.
say that is that your plans need to be like, they're done, we're not changing anything. Because when will you get an answer on the money?
November 11th.
So do the funds have to actually be spent, or can they be encumbered or committed to a contractor I mean, if
yeah.
if running into your timing
Right.
issues.
So like if
Yes.
you've got it and it get approved and they know what you're gonna do, are they saying, well, you gotta get it done by June 1st? Or are they saying, okay, we know what you're doing, you'll have to August?
I will ask the Association of Small and Rural Libraries and the American Library Association.
Only
But
reason
in
I'm
the
asking-
grant,
The only
Yeah.
reason I'm asking that is because if you think that your plans are changing, you want to nail them down real quick, because engineering changes throw schedules way out of whack.
yes, and engineers cost money. So we're trying to steward
Nail
those
it
funds
down.
as best we can.
No, I was just.
Yep,
But the only piece of your funding that is time-sensitive is this 30,
35,
35. So
yes.
you could, in theory, maybe take care of some other issues with that if,
Yes,
because the Friends of the Library and what was the American Library Association?
yep, and the Association of Small and Rural Libraries.
Right, but how much of that is time-sensitive and how much is not, I guess is the question.
35,000 is time
time-sensitive,
sensitive. Yep. But it's not insurmountable.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, no more questions on the phased expansion?
No?
Okay. We'll move on to number 2. We've kind of talked about it just a little bit, but the shared parking lot improvements.
Dawn,
What's that?
you're part of the fire department.
I don't speak on the fire department behalf, but as far as I'm concerned, that part up against the wall should belong to the library right there, because that's the easiest access point. The fire department members can walk further up to the back of the building. They've got 2 accesses to that building, so I think, to me personally, from being a townsperson, not on the fire department, I think that concrete wall parking area should be for the library. That's my personal opinion. I think it
How
should have
many
been that way.
handicap spots, even though I've driven by a million times, what do you got, 1 or 2 there?
The lines are
Gone.
unreadable.
Right.
And we have one, and I have been informed by patrons that, it is not a van accessible
No.
spot. It is
Especially if
only
there's
a,
other vehicles there.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's what I mean, that
Yep.
access point right against that concrete wall
It's tight.
should be to the
Library.
library all the way down to the end
I
of the
mean, that's
grass.
what the wall was
Yep.
put in for.
Right.
So what
that
I've
back.
asked for and hope for is a parking lot assessment, so that the needs of both community groups can be taken into account. It's shared space, and now with demands on it for walkers and different, it's the heart of town. Yeah. And the drainage off the road, You know, you can only shovel the sand in front of the safety gate so often. I would hope that that would be addressed. We had asked for some quotes regarding the front walkway, you know, and trying to, again, think about how to use those grant funds in the time frame that we have. So we're thinking lots of possibilities.
Guess the change of status at the Lion has changed things a little bit. But we don't know what's going to happen there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an opportunity for someone who's community-minded.
Do you have somebody in mind for the assessment?
I don't.
And an idea of cost, I guess, it goes right along with that.
This was one where I was, you know, spitballing. I had asked for, you know, some informational quotes and wasn't able to get visitor.
Who's the,
So more work would need to be done.
we just had a parking lot assessment, had to be done at Porter. They had to do a parking lot, so if you were to probably reach out to the Porter Solar, they had a parking lot assessment had to be done there to make sure they had adequate parking. That might give you an avenue to look at.
When
Thank
did you say Steve Keach was coming over?
Next Thursday morning,
He can do you a parking lot assessment.
okay?
There's two.
Week from tomorrow? Or tomorrow, week from tomorrow?
Yeah, because he,
28th,
that's what he does.
yes, okay.
And it won't take him very long to give you some ideas.
Thank you for the suggestion.
That'd be next Tuesday,
Sorry, the 30th.
30th.
Yep, it is Thursday. Yep. 28th is the Gap Year Virtual Program, PSA.
That was my biggest thing, was to get some sort of idea on cost, even if it's a pretty high level, you know, because we don't know what the fire department is going to want to see or anything, but having some sort of idea will help, at least with programming in the CIP, so.
Because to me, it shouldn't affect, you know, after hours, when the library is not in use, then anybody could, it would almost be free reign, anybody needed to park there. To me, the parking would be for operational hours of the library. That would be a dedicated spot for the library parking.
Yes, the only thing I ask to consider is that we have a library book group on the same night, that sometimes there are events at the firehouse. And so those are the nights that we're like, well,
That's where it'd be
Yes,
contingent
so-
on operational hours of the
Operational.
library.
yes, and
If you have a book group, that's operational hours.
Okay.
So then that would be designated parking for the library.
okay, yeah.
You got two spots out in front on the road still?
I think there's one that is still reserved for fire, and then there are two, maybe three, if you stretch it, you know, further up to the next residence. Maybe four, depends on your car.
I think it goes right straight from the Butters fence down, basically to that last pole before the fire station.
Right.
Any other
Is it,
thought?
sorry,
No.
is the new pumper tanker going to make any difference? Because I know you need that corner space for turning out,
No, because 90% of the time you're going down that hill.
right?
So you're pulling towards the community center. I refer to it as community center, and then you would back in.
Gotcha.
Or you'd coming up the hill, you'd turn towards the house across the street and then back in. You should never have to be,
But that's that corner lot reserved for the fire department is, I think, because of fire department egress issues.
For sightlines, I
yes,
think
the
so.
sight line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
So-
yes. It's not set in stone, it's not set for parking, it's set to keep it open.
Yeah.
no
Oh,
parking.
oh, okay, it's for no parking,
No parking.
okay.
So from where the town hall is all the way up to the fire station, technically you could put parking there.
There is parking, yeah, there's parking right in the grass area right there.
Well, what I'm saying,
as it is.
actually make it
Yes.
paving and put lines down.
Because there's no parking on the other side,
Right.
yeah.
And you can't, because, well, there's a culvert over there, so you'd have to, which needs to be replaced, it's completely rotted out. And that's part of, that culvert goes all the way down to the back of the fire station, which feeds the culvert that goes under the back, out behind the library. But you could probably pick up, what, 5 or 6 spaces between the town hall and the fire department?
Yeah, right now, there's a spot there you can comfortably put 4 trucks side by side right in there,
Yeah.
or the fire
But
trucks.
if you're driving up Church, and you were heading towards the intersection from the town hall over, if that were just paved out, dig it out, put some gravel in and pave it, you could probably pick up 6 parallel parking spots.
Yeah, road parallel, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be easier just to have it so they nose in or back in off the road completely, so.
Oh, you mean angle parking?
Yep,
You would pick up more that way.
drive in, you'd probably pick up more
You'll
that
pick
way.
up more.
Yep,
Are you
No.
saying between the town hall and the?
Yeah,
fire?
but that would have to be reserved for the fire station because that
Right.
property is owned. for
right,
the
that's what I'm saying.
Correct.
That gets the fire station,
Parking.
parking.
Are there any national, like, fire protection, is there a buffer for public parking in front of
I
a?
can't, I don't know, I won't speak on that part, I'm not sure.
So once we did a fire station in Manchester
I'm trying to think of.
30 years ago, and it's Station 5, and it's right. They had their own parking lot. They put in a parking lot. They have light control. It's basically, it's on a corner.
Yeah.
So there is no parking right in front of it.
Yeah,
So you've got, it's on Union Street, not Union,
Webster?
Webster.
Yeah.
And so it comes right out to Webster. There's a street that goes right next to the fire station to the back.
Yeah, Chestnut.
And then
there's
any
a
parking,
lot.
there's no parking on the other side of the road.
That's
because
true, there is
There's no
parking right
parking
there,
on
yeah.
Webster.
Yeah.
On the south side.
Yeah.
On the north side, there is some, not a lot though. So most of the
Yeah,
time,
just,
most of the time, there's no parking in turning radius,
right, exactly.
particularly if the truck has a ladder.
Yeah,
If it's got a ladder, it's even further,
yeah,
so that they can
just something to think
pull out
about,
and
I
wipe
guess.
out cars as they drive out.
So, Ann, maybe I'll follow up with you after, if you do want to mention this to Steve Keach. So maybe I'll follow up with you on the 31st.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
just to-
Because when he comes, he can look at basically a few of the issues that you're looking at, as far as your expansion in the back and parking,
Okay,
because that's what he does,
great.
and he can answer some of your questions.
And in terms of funding, I don't know what it would cost, but once you find out on the 11th what what monies are going where, you can, I guess this is one possible, if only half of the monies are going to be used for matching, or 10%, or rather 30% of the money is going to be used to match an LCHIP grant for the egress, you then have a little more left over for taking care of something like this, if it can be done before June. Yeah?
I will look into that. My understanding with LCHIP is there's a very specific scope of work, and, it's.
No, it's a rural library grant that I'm worried about the money that you will lose if you don't use it.
Oh, right.
And so the assessment would be something you could use that for. Presumably also maybe the lighting if you get the LCHIP grant and aren't using it all for that.
I will think that through with the trustees.
One last
Yep,
question.
thank you.
So
Yeah.
do you want to, what, you want to fix the walkway going into the main entrance, or what are you thinking?
Yes, there are, some trip hazards.
Okay, so you want
Yes.
to get that,
Yes, so
Those are
that was
safety-
another thing that we had
safety
considered
issues.
with the Arcel grant, yes, to that front walkway. I found some photos of it being done in 2012, I think, or even earlier. There were a couple different Eagle Scout projects that were involved in. It's cool to see.
okay.
Okay,
HVAC zone improvements and plan for replacement.
Yes. I think, am I talking about the other piece? I did clue you in terms of what progress we've made since writing this. You know, there was a question about other leverage, what outside funding sources we could use. Having, you know, a patron who's in the field professionally, you know, provide services at cost is a huge benefit to the community. I know the trustees will be talking about that at the next meeting. So I'll have a little bit more idea as to an exact cost on that. But, you know, the age and the energy analysis and the improvements and money saving that can be joint, you know, gotten there in simple payback is also to be assessed.
One quick question. On a department project priority, we have
Yes.
3 on both of them. So is the lighting 3 and the HVAC is 4, or are you looking to kind of conjoin the 2 of them?
I think you said
It,
in an email that the lighting would be 4, is that correct?
I can't recall whether it was 3 or 4, but I can check. What had happened was you know, the date for the CIP was extended. And so all of a sudden we realized if we're looking at the light and we're looking at the ductwork in the basement, we are also thinking about the HVAC system in the 5 to 10 year, you know, plan.
To me, if you're concentrating on the egress and the safety, then the lighting would come first before the HVAC.
Okay,
Because you want to meet visibility and lumens as well as you want to have the egress. So to me, if you were going to prioritize these,
Okay.
lighting would go before HVAC. You got to see to get out of the building before you
Yes.
get comfortable in the building.
yes. Mhm. Absolutely.
Does this HVAC accommodate any of the potential expansions as well?
It should provide, the plan should provide for zoning when we hit that next
Additional
stage.
zoning?
Yes, yes. Yep.
And the sizing of it is
Would be more appropriate to the building because our analysis pointed out that, you know, it is freezing in the basement. It is warm upstairs, you know, and it's just outsized in certain aspects that,
And that's going to encompass the new portions that you decide to.
yes. And I do have a copy of the energy analysis. If you'd like to see those, I can hand those to you tonight. For the lighting, we are working with what Eversource calls a turnkey provider. So it means I don't have to go out and find an electrician to do this work. It is AECom. And the gentleman I met with said he's done that kind of work for this building and was familiar with the town. So
You know the gentleman's name?
Eric Offrunny or something. I butchered it.
It's okay. I know who you're talking about.
Yes, yep. And from the initial, numbers he gave me today, it was not a complete scope of work because it has to go through the Eversource permitting process. It seemed to be less than I thought it would come in at, so I was heartened by that news. We'll see. So it could be a busy spring, facilities-wise. But one step at a time.
Well. Hopefully you get the money.
Yeah.
That makes, obviously, it's all things that need to happen.
you're wishing more problems on her.
No,
Yeah,
Any further questions for Ann while we have her?
I'm good.
Nope, I'm good.
this is terrific. Thank you for the.
Good layout.
Yep,
Thank you.
presentation.
Coming in and
Yes. All right.
Thanks, Ian.
Thank you, Ann.
And thank you, Chris.
I watch all your shows. Every episode.
And well, thank you to the Friends for stepping up on the impact fee assessment as well. That, I guess you guys are gonna do that separately, but starting next spring, it could well be another source of funds for your
Thank you,
project, so.
Sure.
This is a copy of the historic building assessment. And this one is checkoutable from the library. if anyone-
Which
You can
which
take
one
it
is
on
which one is this?
The historic building.
I needed
assessment.
a new
I
three-ring
will.
binder.
Do you
They
have
have
a-
we
do you have a
an
library card?
electric copy
I
that
do.
you
Yeah.
provided.
I got 3 of them. I can
Keep
send
that
them
if I were
right
you,
in.
and
They
then
come
I
home
will
with
just
books
print
they
them
want.
out.
Yeah, I got an
Do they
extra
expire?
too,
Okay.
so, but they are, none of
Actually,
them available.
Library
to the
cards
public.
usually
Yeah.
never
Critical
expire.
question, the question was, do library cards expire?
Every 2 years.
Oh, come on.
Only to protect digital services. All you have to do is wave your ID and say.
Well, I have a quick question.
I would take you on faith.
I think I got my library card in 4th grade.
So this is a quick question.
Yes,
I don't know if they still
Obviously,
recognize that
you wanna
format.
leave the granite.
yes.
So you just wanna fix
Is it got a QR code on
You
it?
wanna fix this and then just clean the granite.
Jared, I have.
And then.
We have an electronic copy.
Yeah.
I want her to keep that. since
I'm not gonna keep it. I was just wondering, is this you, Donnie?
Doing that work,
Yeah.
Right there.
but.
No, just a request.
We're trying to move deliberately. and
Yeah.
slowly.
Okay.
That's what I wanted.
Speaking of historic,
It's a very important building. And thank you. Apparently, we
Thanks,
have an
Ann.
electronic version.
what?
Thank you.
Do you
This is an older
need to
copy.
keep this?
Yeah, that's,
If you
it's
noticed,
missed.
it's
I mean, because
This one?
Yeah.
I'm
You saw
I'm
that-
not good enough
I
to
did
have
switch
it.
Folding it, ruining it. Look at mine nice.
Okay.
Useful to sit
I did mine like a folder.
Exactly, yeah.
Keep all my stuff in it.
As we know from the state house.
And I was told yesterday by the town administrator that she'll be printing out a historic building assessment for town hall to be lendable at the library. So I don't know if she's doing 1 or 2 copies, but
I got a question for you. What's your like average daily use of people, patrons coming in?
On average, we have maybe 160 people per week.
Okay,
And it
Okay.
depends on the day, and that doesn't count programming.
okay.
In
So
the
every day's a
summer-
little bit different, yeah.
In the summer, it's more like, 275, 300 a week.
Okay,
So,
so 50 to 100
yeah.
a day.
Right now?
Oh, no, 30, I'm sorry, 30 to 60 a day.
right. And I give statistics monthly to the
Yeah,
trustees.
you keep a lot of stats.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good night.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Chris.
Okay, this is for me.
What's that?
She took the. Okay, she took the bus.
Don't sell land.
But I mean, Skip got that for 300, sold it for 5. And then the next day, or next week, he had to put a $60,000 roof on it.
What's that?
The old community center.
Community
Oh,
center.
the one right across the street.
For the office, Deerfield office building, as they call it now.
Yeah, yeah.
The only other thing I have for tonight is just an update. I spoke with Katie Pelletier from Upton and Hatfield. She said that she has been in contact with Steve Rollins's legal representation, and they're trying to set up a date to meet. And I also spoke with her about a potential joint meeting with the ZBA, and basically, we kind of talked about that if that were to happen, it should probably wait until she's had a meeting with his legal.
So they still have to meet.
Yeah, they haven't met yet. They're trying to set a time to do that. But yeah, so that's the update. I guess we're kind of like waiting on that. And just remember that any, further work that he wants to do in terms of excavation, as we've already talked about, requires a special exception and then, coming back to the planning board for the full permit process, so. I guess stay tuned. is all I have for you there.
Okay, so they're in contact,
They are in contact, yeah.
so.
They have
and
spoken to each
Nothing's
other.
been decided one way or the other. So, she gave you no sort of time frame?
No, she said she would let me know as soon as they schedule a time and they speak,
Do we
so.
know what their goal in meeting is? Is it talk about a term sheet or a document or?
That I don't know. I'd
Be interesting to know
assume,
next
yeah.
time,
Okay.
what she would hope to achieve from a meeting.
Okay, at the next meeting, we're going, hopefully Matt Fisher will be able to make it. He couldn't make tonight's meeting, so we'll do that. We should have more school projects by then. We did receive one. I didn't bring it tonight, but, I'm gonna see if the superintendent could come and speak to it. And then also, I'm going to squeeze in, we're gonna talk about zoning amendments as well, so. Just because we'll be running against the clock come December, so I want at least 2 meetings before the kind of end of December to talk about zoning amendments.
Has Jim Raymond done anything on the open space issue?
No, he is not, but I can follow up with him before the next meeting.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Does anyone want me to hold on to CIP stuff?
You're saying you don't want us to lose it, Cam?
I don't want to print them again.
No. I'm making sure I don't
Okay.
lose these.
It's please keep them, but I just,
I don't have a wood stove, so
You got an incinerator.
pellet stove doesn't like paper.
I could hang on to it.
Cam, you had these right here. You want to take these back for now?
oh, yes.
The question I've got is, without Sanborn here, how do we adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
One more thing, I think that Karen might have filled you in on it, but it sounds like we're going to be getting a dedicated land use office clerk. And it sounds like she's gonna merge the positions where it'll kind of fill the gap where
Yeah, I talked to her about it.
yeah. It's
It's going to be a person multitasking on different things.
multitasking on different things, but from the way I understood it, it'll be kind of on the lines of how Jane was doing it, where she's also going to be taking our minutes, and
There won't be any confusion.
there shouldn't be any confusion. She's probably not going to be here personally, but she's even appropriating a certain amount of hours a week for her to watch our meetings. So hopefully that'll help with the processing of the stuff,
Well, lack of process.
lack of processing of the stuff.
Hours?
Yeah, well, you know how like we couldn't find out whether or not something had been sent or
No,
not.
but
because-
I'm asking what hours she's gonna be working.
Regular office hours, I think it's shy of 30 in office.
So 8 times 4, just under, so 4 days a week, 6 hours a
Well,
day
she's going to be a
maybe.
full-time person because she's going to be doing more than one thing.
She's going to be, it's complicated the way she's appropriating it all, but she's going to have enough hours, hopefully, to do everything well.
A full-time employee or
I
part-time?
believe it's still part-time.
Well, based on what she had said to me, and I don't know if it's changed, that, she'll be taking care of a lot of land use stuff, but she'll also be taking care of other duties that don't, they might coincide with what she's doing here, but she said something about also working with the building inspector too.
Yeah, I think she's also going to be part of his staff, if you will, his not secretary, but his clerk,
And ZBA?
and also ZBA.
That's
I
gonna-
want to say it was 3
Yeah.
positions that she put into one.
So
Basically,
yeah,
she's
same
gonna-
what Chris was doing, but
What Chris was doing, but
more like how
Hopefully-
Jane was doing it.
hopefully
And
we
she's
won't.
going to be responsible for our minutes.
So there won't be the one person doing the minutes,
So
somebody else doing the work.
she would, in theory, have inception access to DocuWare, right?
Yeah,
And
'cause
be
we
able,
want-
and be able to start scanning stuff in to that, which is, I mean, if she's including that kind of stuff in that position,
It would
that'd,
make sense to have her doing that, absolutely.
oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. Good. Are you hired or not hired?
I believe that we extended an offer.
And you have to kill me if you tell me.
No, I can't even speak of where we're at with the actual
Yeah.
hiring process, but we agreed to allow the position to exist, and she had some strong candidates in place.
Yeah, she had a lot of candidates.
She got a lot of calls on that position.
Yeah,
That's excellent.
yeah. So, and so she's gonna have to pick who she wants.
Well, she ran a few by us, we chose one, and I don't know where she's at with the extended offer yet. That was last week.
Good knowledge of New Hampshire law?
Hopefully. She had a lot of, very well-educated woman from reading the resume. That's all I can really say. Motion to adjourn?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.